Good morning, welcome back to On the Road Adventure, and today we've got a special task to do.
Well, postman's bin, which is always very exciting when a big box comes and you know it's for the bike, but I also know that there's a bit of a challenge on. I'll show you what we got. The other night I was out riding on my own of an evening. I love an evening ride, but as the light went down and I'm riding through the country lanes, I did think my bike is lacking in light power, or rather I couldn't see very well, and that brings us to fitting what's in here. I'm very excited for this. We are fitting these massive Lonerider lights. I'm sure a lot of you will have seen these on the internet before now. When it comes to motorcycle lights, these are the dog's danglies. So we got two sets of these. So obviously I'm gonna do Eva's bike first on account of that's what's out of the garage. And they've also sent us these lens guards. So I'm guessing this is to protect the lights, you know, when you're off-road from stones and things, but also it will give it that orange tint, which we really like actually. I always think that it's all right having bright white lights, but the orange separates your bike from all the other car lights when people look in their mirrors. It just makes you stand out more, so we're a big fan.
Amber light for me, I love it.
Yeah, I think it makes a world of difference. Right, now inside here is a product from Innovate, which is absolutely essential to using these lights. Oh, it's full of all them little foam peanut things. They're making a right mess. Don't you just love these things? Right, what we got buried in here then? Gonna make a right old mess, isn't it? Right, let's turf out as many of these. Yeah, I think that was gonna happen. Let's turf them out into the bin and come back. Right, dispersed of all the foamy peanut things. So let's see what we got in the box here. They sent us a couple of these buff things. You can never have enough of these. This is one of their main products from Innovate. This is the EZcan Pure model. Now, we got the 25 Teneres, and you need this EZcan Pure in order to run the lights and other accessories on your bike. So this is a new product they've come out with now, so it is now possible to have these lights and have them working properly on the 25 Tenere going onwards. But as I say, EZcan Pure is what you want. So we've got two of those, one each for me and Eva. This looks like a plug and play wiring harness, and this is a illuminated and configurable handlebar switch. So we'll go through that in a minute. It is with a little bit of apprehension I am going to fit this. This in theory is a plug and play situation, and we're all going to find out together how hard this is. There are companies that will, you know, you take all your bits to them with your bike and they'll install it for you, but I'm always a fan of getting hands on with my bike, and I always want to at least try it myself first. I'm pretty confident it'll be all right, so let's get to. But first things first, the bikes are dirty, and I have this rule that you never work on a bike when it's dirty. So first things first, we clean it up. Right, as part of the cleaning, I am going to use some products I've never used before. Actually, a company called Moto Clean sent this to me, and he said, just try it out and see what you think. So we're going to do that all together and see how that works out. So this is Moto Clean Bike Wash, which is supposed to be a gel formula, and I think it makes like a foamy spray. Like I say, as you can see, I never used it. I don't know, we're going to find out. I got an apparel care cleaner, so perhaps we'll try that on some jackets, and then a chain lube for later. So let's give this a whirl, shall we? Just reading the container here, and it says that this is made in the UK and distributed from Ullapool, Scotland. And we've been there, and there's not very much there, so...
I really like Ullapool.
Yeah, nice place, yeah. Right, well this should be a spray and it will foam up sort of job. Leave it on for a couple of minutes, it says, and try it out. So that's exactly what we'll do. Right, let's see what we've got in this bad boy. Two 6-in-1 LED 4.4-inch driving lights, dual colour day running lights, turn signal integration, so that it should go with the indicators. Yeah. Low and fog beam, high beam, spot beam, and beast mode. Well, stickers, essential stickers. Looks like a wiring diagram. We'll look at that in a minute. Oh, look at them bad boys.
That is quite large. You cannot be missed on the road with this.
No. So that goes straight into the wiring harness, I'm guessing, with it. So that should be plug and play in theory. It's just knowing where to plug. It looks like this is one of those protective plastic covers anyway. So we did discover that in some countries, some of these big LED lights may well be illegal. So check that when you're touring. but you can cover it up and then you'll be good. If I can get the thing off.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, I love this. I love this lights from the first time I've seen it.
Now the pair of these lights, I believe from memory, are just less than a kilo, the setup. So they are heavy, but they are proper hardcore. I saw another YouTuber trying to prove how hard these things were, and he took a block of wood and started bashing it on the crash bars to see if he could break the light, and the bracket holding the light onto his crash bars broke before there was any damage whatsoever to the light. So my concern was that putting these on the crash bars, when we drop the bike, they're going to hit the ground and break. But feeling this and having seen what I've seen, I'm pretty confident it'll take a lot to break that.
This cover here is non-see-through, so if some countries don't allow those lights and you're passing through, this could be a good thing to keep and just cover them, because no light's going to shine through this.
Well, what we got in here then? Accessories, it says. Okay, looks like we got some wiring.
More wiring.
Some little spanners. Those are the rubber doodads that will go between the crash bars, there you go, and your brackets. So it looks like we've got some brackets for the crash bars. So there's the two ones that go around the crash bar itself, and that'll be like L brackets that go to the light. Right, first for me, I am just going to mock up where I want these lights to go and just make sure there's no issues with any clearance, that sort of thing. So I've just put this bracket on the crash bar here. So there's a couple of different options. If you had vertical bars going that way, which would be a lot easier, like if it was underneath the bike, then you would just bolt that on there, but we don't have that. So we are using the L bracket that came with it, look, and then that will turn it around the right way so that you are able to put a bracket on. I'll suss out exactly how in a minute. So as predicted then, I've used this L bracket here. There's a few different combinations you can do depending on how and where you're fitting yours, so don't think of this as a tutorial really, it's just what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave everything loose, so as you can see I can make adjustments when it's all working, and I stand the bike upright and make sure everything's square.
I think I will pull them slightly up, like the main bracket, I will just pull it a bit up.
Yeah, we know we've got clearance between here and here, so you can do.
This is obviously so individual, and Tenere doesn't really have much room to play with this.
Time's getting on, so I've wheeled the bike in the garage, and also I've got soft flooring on my garage, which means when you're spending time, you know, working on the bike on your knees, it's much more comfortable. So I'd recommend that for anyone's garage, by the way, these soft rubber tiles. Anyway, I digress. EZcan. So now I've bolted up the lights to the crash bars. They're just fitted loosely, so I can make adjustments later. So you need to take your EZcan Pure module and take that to your computer, plug it in, follow the instructions, and update the firmware basically. So now I need to connect this one up on the bike. Now it does come with lots of instructions for you. There's QR codes and things, and you can look at instructions that are specific to your bikes. So I won't do a full how-to, I'm just going to connect it up. So these are the boxes that we had earlier on. So this is the Hex Easy switch. So we'll use that to control the lights. And then this is the box that the Pure came in. And obviously there's extra cables and the bits and pieces that we're going to need. And then in this box we've got the specific wiring harness for the Tenere. So that might look a little bit different if you've got a different bike.
My bike is slowly coming apart, and we're trying to connect the wires where they need to be. How's it going, Rich?
As you would expect.
Very calm and positive,
10
aren't
out
we?
of 10, easy.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well, it's just taking a moment for us to follow the instructions and see what should go where, and hopefully we don't have to take the tank off to feed the wires.
Just finishing wiring up now, and I know that this looks like a mess. Obviously I'm going to tidy the wires up in a bit, but in short, this is the EZcan wired up, and then this cable, these three here are not in use. So that's fair. You can add like your heated jackets and bits and pieces like that. So we're not worried about them for a minute. So this cable goes to the Lonerider, which basically goes to this Y splitter up here. And that Y splitter is going underneath, one each side, down to the lights at the front. I got a blue cable which goes to the headlight switch, which is under the front right panel. And then that one goes to the horn. So when you trigger the horn, it will also flash the lights and lots of cool stuff. So I'm just going to tidy it all up, and then yeah, we'll try it out. Cool, huh?
Pretty good.
Right, bike number 2, I've fitted the lights exactly the same onto mine. Mine's all kitted out, and I thought I would just show you the importance of this Hex EZcan. So all this just tucks underneath the back here out of the way, so it's not a problem at all. But we connect this little dongle to the laptop, and it's from there, this thing controls the lights. Right, so this is the software then that runs these lights. So all we had to do was update the firmware, really download it. It was pretty straightforward, and it brings up this page. And so from here you can control all of your lights. So you can change your daytime running light between amber or white. You can adjust the intensity of it, side lights, and you know there's various settings here. So for example, you can hit the horn and it's going to flash and strobe the lights and stuff for extra attention. Well, we've been messing around a little while. We come across a little problem whereby the high beam seemed to, when I put the high beam on, the low beam came on the Lonerider lights and vice versa, which is obviously not what we want.
It's basically switched.
But we have found the solution, so we're going to show you in case you find the same problem.
This is all easy once you know how. So we click at the menu here, device settings, and that's all it was. And basically it says if the inverted high beam is on and you have the problem, just switch it off, or vice versa. So that's what we did. We put it on and now it works perfect.
I think there's probably a lot of different settings and modes and things here that you can mess around with, and if you're that way inclined and you want to geek out on it, I'm sure there's many hours you could spend studying this.
Honestly, this is so interesting, and trying to understand the lights, read about them, and like I said, on the website you can follow all the steps. You can, you know, just all you need is just time and sit with it.
Patience.
And make it like you want it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I think anyone could do this if you're patient.
Well, all we got to do now is wait for it to be dark, because I'm dying to go out and try it out.
Yes.
Well, what seems like to take forever, night time is now here. Well, I say night time, these lights, they make it like daytime. Absolutely brilliant things. I think we've discovered already we probably need to play with the settings a little more, but look at these things. We'll find somewhere to pull over and we'll show you properly. Well, to use the very much overused saying, a night and day difference, I don't think there's ever been a more apt time to use that. I feel so much more confident now riding at night time. I can just see so much better. I was out for an evening ride not long ago, and yeah, that was one of my main faults, is I just couldn't see very well. The Tenere lights, although they're improved this year with the, well, from 25 onwards with the LED lights, I don't think they're that great really.
Well, nighttime riding is not my goal at all. I don't want to be riding at night for many other reasons, but the light, it's definitely something that I love. I had some spotlights on my previous motorcycle, just never got around to do it on this one. And I think they just improve your safety so much. Oh, there's a car.
Don't flash him back, you're blinding.
Yeah, I think we definitely set them up too bright. But that's okay, we're just gonna go here and then straight back home, which is about a mile or so. So, shouldn't be too bad. So this is my high beam. Off, on.
So it's almost pitch black down here where we are now. Turn your ignition on, Eva. So, as you can see, Eva's got the orange spots on hers. And I think what we've discovered is these Lonerider lights have got a circle around the outside, which are orange. And then you've got the inner light inside, the low beam lights, which is what it is now. And we think that we've set them only to about 50% inside, and we reckon that's just far too bright. So that's the ignition on now. Is that high beam now, Eva?
Yeah, this is high beam.
Yeah, so as you can see, that throws a considerable amount of light, even with those orange caps on there. But I think that's blinding to drivers, so we need to move it down a little bit. But I think that they're just a little bit overpowering. Push your horn, Eva. Push and hold your horn, Eva. Look at that. Disco lights.
That's pretty good. Okay, look at this, look at this.
Yeah, so what's happening now is turn it back down to low beam. So when you put the indicator on, the ring around the light flashes and you can't really see it, and that is because we've set up the light inside too bright, I reckon. So we need to turn the settings down. So there's a lot of settings to mess around with, and I do think it's going to be a bit of a learning curve to get it all right. And naturally we turned it up far too high when we first got it.
I think we're just so excited about the lights, and you just want to use the full potential, but it's not meant to be used to full potential, really.
No, we were warned, weren't we? I think we set that inner low beam one to like 50%, but that's far too bright. Right, well this is mine. I haven't got a lens on mine, so mine's clear because we wanted to see the difference.
Yeah, it's definitely too bright.
So we can see when I put the indicator on, does the ring stand out or no?
Not really.
No, that inner's just too bright. We're going to turn that right down to about 10%, I reckon, because you only really need the full power of the light when you go for high beam, I reckon. Which it is impressive though, isn't it? Really powerful lights. I can see right up the road here. Brilliant things.
They are amazing, but yeah, we just done them too high. One of the last things to secure on the bike is the switch. That is from Innovate, the guys that sent us the EZcan as well. So you can control the lights, not plug in the laptop each time. I'm really happy with that switch. You get to control the lights a little bit more without actually plugging in your laptop each time, which is really good. But then on different motorcycles like BMW GS, there is more sensors and more electronics, so I'm pretty sure that button would have more options for you to play with. This is how I chose my lights to look like, and I think they're pretty good. I just want the amber to sort of stand out.
So that's daytime running lights. So if you flick the high beam on, you get the full power of these things. So I've set my lights up a little bit differently. So I also have the orange ring around the outside, and then I've got the inner light to 5% as a daytime running light. So it's not as bright as it was when we were out last night. So I'm going to try that. And then if you press the indicator, Eva, so we can see now that that orange light does flash. So it drags a lot more attention to the bike when you're making a turn. Very cool. So 1,000 different options and settings to play with. They're really versatile, but what we really like about it, more than just, you know, making massive amounts of lumens at night, is that it adds to our safety, and it really does make your bike stand out from the rest of the traffic on the road. So.
I absolutely love it, and I've probably said it 1,000 times in this video, but I'm really happy with these lights.
Well, incredibly impressive, versatile lights there. There's so many things you can mess around with. Fitting it, okay, it did take a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, but it's absolutely doable. There's plenty of instructions online for specific bikes and the model of EZcan and things you're using.
Exactly, we didn't want it to be an instruction video because there's plenty of them on the Lonerider channel, and you can read a lot about all of it online, so you can find anything that you're interested in specific to your motorcycle. But I'm so happy I've got these ones on and can't wait to actually test them properly.
Also, in the box with the equipment was an email address direct to them as well. So if you got any problems, you know, with fitting it or anything like that, I'm sure they'll be quick to respond and help you out. So they've done it 1,000 times. So there we go. Lonerider lights, EZcan. Fantastic bits of kit. Hope you enjoyed that little video with us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Love you, bye.